Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 200, and I'm continuing the story of Aladdin and the wondrous lamp. Now you might remember where we are in the story. Aladdin has had the spirit of his ring carry him to where his palace is sitting in Africa. He's met with his wife, the princess, and they've come up with a plan. So far, it's been executed quite well. Aladdin, being the industrious young man that he has become, knowing wild plants the way he did, he went off into the landscape and found a poisonous plant, which he ground up into powder. And while the magician was off getting wine, he delivered this powder to the princess. Now, she had emptied this powder into her own glass when the magician came back. He poured wine in both of their glasses. And then he began to make a speech about how beautiful she was. She cut him off short and said, "Look, let's drink, then you can tell me what you like." And in order to take this acceptance that she had of him one step further, she gave him her glass to drink and held it for him as he gave his glass of wine to her. Now, as he tipped the glass up to her lips, she did not drink even a drop of it. Held her lips there while he gulped down what she had in her glass. In a matter of moments, he fell over backwards, dead. She went to the portico, the porch that looked out over the yard, and beckoned Aladdin, come quickly. He did, and she embraced him and wanted just to hold him, to have him close again. But he said, no, we must wait. I still have more to do. And with this, he went to the dead magician now, and he pulled from under his robes where he kept the lamp. He pulled it out, and he rubbed it, and he beckoned the genie to take the palace back to Persia, where it had been sitting before. Now, when he did this, he had sent the princess to her room. And when all this was going on, she never felt anything, nary a movement, not a shake at all. When the palace again settled back onto the ground, it so happened that at that very moment, the Sultan was weeping at the loss of his daughter. Standing up, he turned toward his window in the direction where the palace used to be. At first, he thought he must be seeing things. But then he realized, as he rubbed his eyes, that indeed the palace was sitting again where it had been. He immediately made his way to the palace, and knocking on the door was greeted by Aladdin with the princess by his side. Aladdin invited the Sultan in, and brought him in and showed him the dead magician and told him what had happened. Now, you'd think now that Aladdin would be able to live a beautiful and comfortable life. But it was not so. For you see, that African magician had a brother, and a brother who was as evil, if not more evil, than he had been. And we'll stop the story there. Come back and find out what happens next.